Good morning, guys. Ebby and Honey have just had some breakfast and we're up by Georgina, and today I have my shoes off. Yeah, the puncture wound is all healed, and I'm going to go for a barefoot walk. We're on this little log. All the time. I'll give you a view of the sky. Now, isn't that such a typical English sky? I mean, that's, well, hey ho, hey ho. 6:17 and it's Saturday. I've been awake for a while. Here we go, they're going to do the we are one, we are one, we are one. Woohoo! We are one. One. They said, you know, we were just having our breakfast then. And look how many there is. That's really made me feel good. Right, let's go this way. And yesterday I talked about Angelina Jolie. And I mean, to be honest, I know nothing really about the woman. I haven't watched TV really for it's probably, oh, I don't know, years and years really. And I don't go to the cinema. No, I found that most films that I was watching were just full of absolute violence and stereotypes, and no, it kind of, it put me off. I think the last film I went to see was with my mum. Mamma Mia. Yes. That was lovely actually, Mamma Mia. Yes, it was. There's some lovely bird over there. I'm just trying to see if I can get in on it. Which one is it? It's on there. What are you? Oh, did you see that? The thrush just took out the crow. Whew. Yeah, so no, I'm not kind of into it at all anymore. I see that everything is just competition, repetition, telling us how to behave, how to think, what to say, what's acceptable, what's not, and even Mamma Mia. So I do like Meryl Streep, however, and let's hope she doesn't do anything as crazy as that other one, whatever her name is. Yeah, Angelina Jolie. You see, now the thing that gets me is this, right? Angelina Jolie has a daughter. I know she has one. I know 3 of the kids are her own. 3 are imports from other countries. Tusk. Really don't like that. And I know she has a daughter. I don't know if she's got 2 daughters, 1 daughter, whatever. But if this gene is... hello, Angel. Oh, hello, David. If this gene is, as she says, kind of genetic and passed down from her mother, who had cervical cancer, although why the 2 would be, I don't know. It's a bit like having a headache and having a foot ache, isn't it? So I really don't know. But so she obviously had some reason to go and have that done. Now imagine she has a daughter Right, where do we draw the line with this? This is what I want to know. She has a daughter. Is she going to, before her daughter even develops? Oh, my favourite sound. Not the squeaky bike, but the sound of the seagulls. I love it. Is she going to, while her daughter is still young, have her daughter's breasts removed? Because I mean, if Angelina's got that marker, she's had hers off, maybe her daughter will have that marker too. I mean, what is she going to do? Is she going to, I mean, is the child going to get a choice at all? Like the children that were brought in from other countries, the imports. Were they actually given a choice? Did they understand? Did they have the capacity to understand? Oh, lots of angels around today. This is what I want to know. So what does she do with her daughter? Does she say to her daughter, well, you know, Mummy's going to put you in for an operation before these breasts actually grow, because they are, you know, there's a chance that when you're older, you are going to have breast cancer. And when you reach puberty, say 16, we'll go and have some implants done for you. Or do we take it then to the next level, which is sex selection when we have children? Well, I know that I'm probably, you know, had a marker that said I might end up with breast cancer, so I don't want to have any female children. And the ridiculous thing is this, you know, you can do all of that and then you can go out and get knocked down by a number 9 bus. You know, my baby died. Cot death, what is that? I don't know. Is there a genetic marker for that? And if there is, what do I do? Do I never have children again? And with her being such a high-profile woman, she has actually brought all of this and the acceptability of it out. And it hasn't been thought through at all. And I mean, the other thing is, do we actually know these things? Is she just a front woman for some, I don't know, implant company? Maybe she's got bloody shares in it. How would we know? We are lied to again and again and again. But what is getting to me is the ethical thing. I mean, what if a guy finds out that he has a marker for prostate cancer? Okay, is he going to cut his balls off just in case? You know, oh, I might get it 10 years down the line, so whip my testicles off now. You know, I'll give up those 10 years of pleasure, possible procreation. And what do you do if you do that and then your wife is pregnant with a son? I mean, you know, it's dangerous. This is dangerous ground we are on, and I know it's like something out of a really horrible sci-fi, futuristic. This is how you'll live if your genetic code doesn't match up on everything. It'll be selection at birth. You're gone. I mean, how long will it be before our babies are whisked off us at birth and given some kind of a genetic scan to look for markers? I mean, what do you do if there's a history of brain tumours in your family? You know, excuse me with the coughing, but just after I wake up, I have, you know, that's my kind of key time with my chest. I'm really sorry. When I listened to the video yesterday, oh my word, I think, you know, because the iPhone was very close to my face, I was embarrassed. I should have my throat removed, or maybe my lungs, because, you know, My mother has OCPD or OPCD or whatever stupid fucking label they want to give it, and I have got issues with my chest. I mean, maybe I should have had my lungs removed at birth and be having something on my back like a canister for breathing underwater. Do you understand what I am saying? It is, I read a book years ago. I think it's by somebody called Judy Pico. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, and I don't know if that is her name, but I think it was called My Sister's Keeper. And it actually explored the issue of a child being born as a spare part child for the firstborn. Do you understand what I mean? And I found that book incredibly disturbing. That children could be born really as spare parts for the child who is already there. And yesterday as well, when I look at this, when I went on my computer, there was something on Guardian News, which is I don't know what it is, but it's like an online paper, and the Guardian News was saying that they have now reached the point in stem cell research where they can use embryos to grow these bits that they need, and you know, it's successful, and that the embryo dies in the process. I don't know, guys. Oof. You know, these are all God's creations. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you see, the thing is, we're talking about a stance here, pro-life or whatever the opposite of that is, I don't know. And I don't really like talking about abortions or terminations, because well, can you guess what my stance on them is? Can you? I don't agree with abortions, and you know, people may say, well, what about if a woman gets pregnant, you know, because she's been raped? Well, the first thing is, my first child, Faye, was a product of that. Yes, indeed. Now, look here. Look, this is that glass. Yes, it is. I have to look. Go and put that in the bin. But yeah. And I mean, I absolutely adore my Faye. When she was very, very young, she told me that she had been born to save me. She had to leave this place that she was in, which was beautiful, a beautiful place, and come to rescue me. She forgot all of that as she grew up, but she used to talk to me and my dad about it. And I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go into it again. The point being that, you know, did I just terminate the pregnancy? And I was offered it. And the sick thing is, I was 4 months plus, and they were still prepared to do it. Because in those days, to be 16 and pregnant, you know, I mean, I was 17 when I had her, but to be that age, be unmarried, was just like, you know, And thankfully my parents stood by me, and I made a decision, and you know, they really helped me with that decision. And it was made even more complicated for them because my father had just got another job at that point and was moving to Northern Ireland, so they knew that they would be leaving me behind. You know, young girl, first baby, in a relationship that wasn't particularly good. But they also knew that I was at an age where I had to become responsible for life and responsible for my actions. And then the other thing is, when I went to Belgium, I mean, I was still a fully functioning female at that stage. You know what I mean? I was in my 30s, 35 I think, 34, 35. Or was I 33? Anyway, I was one or the other at 1993. And yes, the thing is that I have never taken the pill. Well, I took it very briefly for about a year. And I wasn't using any form of birth control because actually my partner had had a vasectomy, and I was a loyal girly. Do you know what I mean? So I wasn't using any form of birth control. And of course I'm being repeatedly raped, and I'm sure most of these men hadn't had a vasectomy, they were Bangladeshi. So I don't think it comes into their religion really, that they should have vasectomies. And of course when I came back, I am in the position of thinking, what on earth do I do if I am pregnant? What do I do? And, you know, trying to talk to my husband through all the madness of this. And, I mean, given they'd put me on this fucking awful medication that I soon stopped taking, but I was in cotton wool land, I was in la la land. I couldn't even function to move my legs and my arms. Do you know what I'm saying? But we did have the conversation. We actually did have that conversation. And, you know, he was like, you will have to have a termination. You have to get it aborted. We wouldn't even know who the father is. Blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff. And all I'm thinking is, why on earth should any child be punished for, you know, for the sins of the father, really, or the sins of the mother? And also, what if that child was another Faye, and then I'd already lost a child to cot death? Do you understand what I mean? So the position I found myself in was really very, very challenging for me. And of course I didn't have a period for a couple of months. And I just kept thinking, I won't, I couldn't. So anyway, that's my stance. And for those people who say, you know, well, you don't know, you don't understand, I just want you to know that actually I do. I'm not saying that everybody else's opinion is wrong. I'm not saying that, you know, there has to be a law of the land and that's included in it. No, of course I'm not. Everybody is responsible for their own decisions, their own opinions and their own thoughts. And I am just passing on mine. So yes. But I'd like to know, where is it that we actually draw the line? I mean, my father died of cancer. secondary liver cancer and primary lung cancer. They didn't realise about the lung cancer till after he'd died. You know, if they look for markers or whatever it is that they're saying, it's like a fucking game of bingo, isn't it? You know, you're sitting there and they call out number 66, and if you've got it, right, off with your head. But you know, how much worry is this going to put on people? How much worry? You know, my sister, Isabel, had breast cancer. And they told her, oh, you need to have a mastectomy, blah, 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 blah. And she actually did a very incredibly wise thing. She said, I'm not making a decision right now. This information is too much. I need time to think about it. And as soon as she got home, she rang me and I went round there to see her. And, you know, she says they want to take off my breasts. I don't... what do I do? What do I do? And Isabel was not particularly old, and actually she found out she had a gamer used to play hockey for in Ireland, and you know, in a league, and the hockey thing hit her in the chest, and what she realised was that there was something there. That's how she actually found the lump. They then, you know, it's like within a matter of hours, days, they had decided she needed a mastectomy. And we were talking about it, and, you know, I can't make that decision for my sister, but I was being like devil's advocate and giving her another side to see. And in the end, she decided to just have the lumpectomy. The water tree, we love the water tree. She decided to just have the lumpectomy. Well, she had that. There's no real difference in the size of her breasts. And that was like, I don't know, 12 years ago. And she's still playing hockey in Ireland. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Right in there, can you see? A little bit of bluebells, and he's been through with his chopper. What an idiot. Hey ho. So do you understand what I'm saying? Do you go with and have these tests done and then remove certain parts of your body because there may be a chance that you might? And then what do you do with your children? This is what they were saying to me and Faye. Well, they said to Faye, and Faye and I discussed it. You know, when they did all of these tests for us on autism, and, you know, they were kind of saying, well, my dad was definitely autistic. My mom is probably autistic. You know, my brother Jim, who didn't speak, even though he's a firefighter and has been for 20 years, you know, he's autistic. I'm autistic. You know, they were going through all of this. And then they had Faye in, and they said to Faye, you've got 6 sons. 4 of them have got autism. The other 2 are probably carriers. I mean, you know, they suddenly just arrive at these conclusions. And we think it's best if your sons are sterilised. How fucking dare they? So my life is not worth anything. My physical experience on this planet is not worth anything. My contribution is not worth anything. And my grandchildren should all really be put down. I mean, how long before people like stupid fucking Angelina Jolie, with what they are doing, set the precedent for what the rest of us do or have done to us? You know, oh, we found these markers, right, have your breasts off. Oh, we found you've got this, right, come on boys, you're coming in and being sterilised. The end of your family line. We don't need people like you on this planet. How dare they? Oh, so anyway, I thought I'd better explain it a bit more. And Angelina Jolie does need to look at her daughter and think to herself, well, what do I do here then? You know, and it's all right for Angelina Jolie as well. Even if this was, you know, 100% proven, and what can I say? And it was made available to people. Who has got the money? Who has got the money? Or will they suddenly start opening up clinics in areas of high ASD or something like that, and it'll be roll up, come on in you come, get your sterilisation, 2 for the price of 1 today. Oh God. So I don't like it at all. I don't like where it's leading, and I think it's so fucking coincidental that they have just now come out with, yes, we can do this, we can grow body parts, we can do whatever it is, we just need to destroy a few embryos in the process. Crazy, man. Anyway, I think that's all I'm going to talk about today, because yes, we don't need to take everything at face value. We don't need, no, this is where I found that glass, so I need to be careful. We don't need to just say, oh, well, if Angelina Jolie, if it's good enough for her, come and whip my breasts off too. You know, the thing is, she is going to have the best surgeons, the best care, the best implants, if there is such a thing, the best aftercare. She is going to have all of that. You know, in my little inner city sanctum, we're not going to get that. No way. And the aftercare will be appalling. Oh, look, I've got so much grass on my feet. And we're walking on cut down stingers. And this is very stimulating. See, like that, woo, when you get stung on the foot. Oh dear. I just have an ambition to walk through there. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. But, you know, Sunshine8308 has, who posed this question, or, you know, kind of put this thought out there, says Angelina Jolie is held in quite high esteem. Well, guys, you need to reevaluate. Seriously, reevaluate. You have no idea who she is. She is a freaking actress that, you know, up until about 10 years ago was labelled as a freaking lunatic. You know, and now suddenly the leopard has totally transformed into, you know, this lioness to be followed and adored. Well, I don't adore you, Angelina Jolie, and I think you are doing something so crazily wrong here. And what are you going to do with your daughter? What are you going to do? You know, you're going to have her breasts whipped out before she even has time to experience them? Or are you going to risk that she can have her breasts until she kind of gets to 16, 17, 18? I mean, what are you going to do? Do you... Oh, please, guys. Let's leave Crazy Street alone.